Hey, if you're wanting to know what is it really like to live in Summerville, South Carolina, we're going to drop some wisdom on you today, at least from our experience of what it's like. As I've been here for, 13 years, and you've been here for
25 years now. I've been here more than I was up.
5 plus 10 is 35, plus 3 is 30. 38 years of wisdom and knowledge coming at you right now from Summerville.
That sounds like some real wisdom, buddy.
All right, so Summerville is known as Flower Town in the Pines.
Yeah.
You knew that because you taught me that.
Or Pollenville in the spring. It's either one.
And did you know that people came here from the coast and escaped like some of the bad diseases that they have with the mosquitoes?
I did know that. You know where I learned that?
Where?
On a tour at the Magnolia Plantation. They have a really cool, it takes you like a tram thing out into the rice field.
Yeah.
And they teach you all about, I think they might have been making up a few stories.
Didn't make that up. That happened to me.
But it could have been real. I don't know. But that was one thing they told us, is that Summerville was for the people who would come out here when it was really hot in the summer.
Yeah, that's one of the first things I learned as I was reading, preparing for this video and everything. So they call it Flower Town in the Pines. People came here because of that. And do you know what the flowers are here in the Pines?
Yes.
What are they?
Azalea. Yes, because we have an azalea festival.
We have an abundance of azaleas here, and the Azalea Festival. So I thought there was only like 20 or 30,000 people that come to that Azalea Festival.
So interesting you said that. I had somebody ask me today how many people live in Summerville. I had no idea.
Seriously, I have no idea.
200,000 people come to that.
Oh, that's how many people
in that 3-day time.
Okay, so the 200,000 people don't live here.
No. 200,000 people come over the 3-day period for that one.
We don't have that many hotels. Where all these people stay there?
I don't know.
Don't ask me.
They must be going down in Charleston. And it's usually when we have the Cooper River Bridge run.
Yeah,
so
does that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Make that on the same weekend.
Make it the weekend after, and people could stay for
that. Was just about a month or so ago, and traffic was bonkers that weekend.
Yeah, but at the Flower Town Festival, 200,000 people come. There's over 200, artists and vendors and booths.
Kettle corn.
Yeah. Oh, kettle corn.
Yeah, good kettle corn.
Sweet tea.
It's Summerville. Good, right? Sweet tea.
I'm sure they have that the corn on the cob.
Oh, the sweet corn. Street corn, yeah. Speaking of sweet tea, when I moved here from Pittsburgh, I just didn't assume that it would be sweet tea, because if in Pittsburgh, tea is unsweetened. So I got it, and I put 2 sweeten loaves in the first time I got it, and of course it was sweet tea. Then I took a drink, and my face made a seizure thing. But it was really sweet. It was way too much.
So did you know in our history we've had 2 really bad things happen in Summerville? We had an earthquake.
There was an earthquake, and then I ate too much at Taco Bell one night. It had that was the second one.
So the earthquake, that was in 1886.
Really?
That's how long.
So do you know the name of the earthquake fault line that runs through Summerville? Well, through the Charleston area.
The Himalayas.
No, it's Woodstock fault line.
Woodstock. Okay.
It runs from Woodstock, New York, down to Cuba.
Okay.
Yeah. So always the good, always the bad.
Right.
You
might want to have earthquake insurance. Not like we've had one since 1886.
Well, there's been plenty, just none that were really bad. Andrea felt one a couple years ago.
Did she?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was sitting in my chair, and she was walking down the hall, and she said, "Hey, if we see in the news there was an earthquake later, pay attention to what time it is." And there was like a 1.8 little something or other, and she
felt it. Yeah. She's got special powers. That's fun.
Does have special. That's why I married her. It's like Catwoman.
So you might guess, all right, how many people live in Summerville?
Here's the answer I'm looking for that I have no idea. Somebody asked me, and I felt kind of stupid because I didn't know.
So the most recent census was 51,000 people. But did you know in the 1970s what it was?
65.
Only 6,000 people.
6,000 people.
So from
added a few on.
From what, 50 years?
Yeah.
We've gone 45,000 more people.
I think as realtors, that's partially our fault, because we've been,
that's true. And we came here then.
Yeah, well, we're part of those. We're part of the
Yeah.
Why did you move here?
I moved here because I tore up my knee skiing in Vermont, and my mom was down here, and I said, I hate winters, so I'm going south to stay with mom. Mm-hmm. And then I met my wife here, and
how the ski slope you were on, was it like a triple diamond kind of thing, or
it was a black diamond?
Okay.
But it was the first run of the year, and my dad paid a whole ticket for nothing. Because halfway down the first.
Stupid sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a stupid sport.
And especially when you put
And it's several $100s.
yeah, it's expensive. You put slippery sticks on your feet.
Yeah.
Go up on top of an icy mountain and have gravity try to kill you going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you moved here.
Yeah. Me too. So what are some of the things that you love just about overall Summerville?
So I love the family stuff, and I really like the neighborhood that I moved into recently. I live in Carnes now, and so having the farmers market kind of stuff, and the shopping days, and the concerts, and the movie nights, and the bunko parties at the barn, all that kind of stuff, and then being able to go to coffee shops and pizza and restaurants and Mexican restaurants all by golf cart in my neighborhood. I really like that.
That's amazing.
I like how close we are to the beach. So if I want to go see the ocean, I can go in like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big beach guy, so I don't go that often. But it is
So
nice
once a year that you go.
If I want to go see the ocean, I can do it.
And then you travel a lot, so being centrally located between all of this stuff here, right?
Yeah, to be able to go to Myrtle within like 2 hours and 15 minutes from my front door to where we usually stay in Myrtle, and then Savannah, Hilton Head, Atlanta's only about 5 hours away. Charlotte's like 3, Greenville's like 3.
Royal Caribbean is
Port Canaveral, 5 hours, 9 minutes. Got it down. I really like going that. And we go to Disney a lot too. I'm going to Disney. I'm going up to Disney and a cruise, which because I'm gone for like 9 days. You're going to be like in a crying position, crying by the time I get back. But yeah, being this close to see the stupid mouse, which I'm totally over the mouse, but my kids apparently aren't. So we still go.
So you still go?
Yeah, I love being able to do those trips that you don't have to get on a plane.
Yeah. We're going to talk about the weather a little bit later, but that's one of the reasons I think we both moved here. You always talk about your story of shoveling a hole for the dog to go to the bathroom.
I did. That's what made me move here. Too much snow. Dog couldn't go outside and pee. That's just stupid.
We'll talk. Well, let's talk about the weather right now. So did you know how many nights that go below freezing on average throughout a year here in Summerville?
All right. I feel like I'm going to guess this, and
He doesn't know the answer.
I'm going to have a pretty accurate guess, I think. I'm going to say 11.
11.
Yeah.
It's actually 40.
Really?
40 nights go below freezing.
It must just like dip below like 1 degree and back up for a quick second there.
It's not a lot. We had that 1-2 week time frame, not this winter, but the winter before.
It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, we were down in the 20s for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, my water froze up one night. I forgot.
You were out there with the hairdryer, right?
It was so cold. And what's funny is when I was in Pittsburgh, like that temperature wouldn't have bothered me a bit. But I've become climatized, and now I'm freezing if it's below like 50 degrees.
And one of the other things, obviously, from being in Massachusetts to here, I've just found that the sunshine, there's just so many days. I think it's 239 days on average per year is sunshine, where, in many other parts of the country, it's below 200.
Did you know that
So that's a whole
less blue sky days than Seattle, Washington?
Really?
Yeah, Pittsburgh is that gray all the time. And we hear that from a lot of people up and down, all over the Northeast when they come down. It's how much more blue skies we have here days. That wasn't even close to what I jacked that up so bad. There's so many more blue sky days here than there is in the parts of the country they're coming from.
Yeah. So people always are saying, oh my God, it's got to be so hot in July.
Mm-hmm.
So July and August are probably our worst months, right?
Yeah.
On average, do you know what the average temperature is in July?
Okay, so average temperature, that's taking into account like the coldest it goes at night, so the average.
Mm. Well, the average throughout the day, yeah.
Average daily high?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going for? In July?
Yeah.
91.
You're close. It's 92.
Yeah.
So some people think it's, oh my God, it must be 115 down there. It's really not that bad.
No.
Especially once you said, once you get climatized here.
It totally happened to me.
You only sweat 5 gallons instead of 10.
Yeah. The first year I was here that we did have like a really bad hot 1 week period. the heat index was like over 110 for a week.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
I thought, what did I do? This is absurd.
Since we're on weather, some of the things our clients always ask about, bugs and alligators.
Yeah.
So how bad are the bugs here?
So I chose to not screen in my back porch. And actually yours isn't screened either. The bugs just have not been what I expected them to be. Coming from the north, you just think, oh, there's, mosquitoes as big as pterodactyls running around town. It just hasn't been the case. I've not had a problem.
So much so that in Florida, you know how they have the cages over the pool and all of that. We really don't have here that, and the HOAs really don't allow. We've had 2 different clients ask for that.
They recently wouldn't need it.
Yeah.
Because they were thinking the bugs were bad, and they just have not been.
They're really not. The first couple of years I was here, I had sprayed my yard for mosquitoes. I haven't had to do that since, though. I think it was just because I was brand new in my neighborhood.
Didn't know any better.
Yeah, I didn't know any better, and I was scared.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So haven't really had to do that. And then alligators. We have them, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah,
right.
Actually.
Do they come up and eat your kids and stuff like that?
No, almost never. Yes, almost never.
You only lost one, right?
Yeah, hopefully it's the bratty kids that they get, because the bratty kids are the ones that you said don't go down by the water, and you did.
And they're feeding the chicken.
Yeah. No, we really haven't had a problem. Most of the neighborhoods around, like I've got a couple in my neighborhood that are about 3 to 4 feet long. Actually, I was talking to somebody over in Four Seasons today, and there was one over there that's over 5 feet. But they are really, they don't want to be around you. Like every time we try to go, see if I can hug one, they're in the water before we can get to it.
Well, remember that Summer's Corner video? You said, hey, go out there and try to get video of that alligator.
Yeah.
And I got out the car and 3 steps towards it, and it was gone.
He's gone. Yeah. We really, I was worried about it. There are some big ones up on Lake Moultrie and Lake Marion, like 10, 12-foot ones.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't swim in that lake.
No, that's probably not a good idea, but then people do, but I'm not.
No.
But in the neighborhoods where we sell the houses, they're just, and if there ever was one that's aggressive, it's because some chucklehead fed it.
Yeah.
And they'll take it out.
I think I saw one video where the alligator rang the doorbell up in Monk's Corner.
Really? That'd be so amazing.
Yeah. Like imagine going to the door and opening and
I go look at the camera like there's this nasty, scaly, disgusting look. Oh, no, wait, it's my mother-in-law.
My mother-in-law's in town.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was my mother-in-law. Hasn't been a problem. None of our clients have died.
Yeah, no, not one. So let's talk a little bit about renting versus buying here.
Yeah.
So rent here is not cheap, right?
No.
Even in the apartment. My son recently got an apartment. It's been almost 2 years now. He's in a small little 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom here in Summerville, and he's paying $1,800 a month.
And if you want to rent a small house like in Cane Bay, it starts at about $2,400, $2,500. And I'm actually surprised that the apartment prices haven't decreased a little bit, because we've had a massive influx of apartment buildings here.
There's got to be, 8 buildings just going up now?
Yeah, that aren't even open yet. But a lot that have opened recently over the last years, and I haven't seen that number come down.
Because they're filling them. Yeah,
and I mean, this is a military town, so a lot of people do come to town here and say, hey, I'm going to be here for 2 years, I'm going to go rent. We get that.
Yeah.
If you want to come here and you're going to be here for, 14 months and then you're out, don't buy it. I mean, you might want to keep it as a rental, live here and then keep it as a rental. We've had clients do that.
So what is the cutoff point, do you think, of when people should buy versus rent with the amount of time that they're going to be here?
2 years.
2 years.
For me, I think, is a conversation.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
And then, obviously you're building equity. You're not paying someone else's mortgage, all of that stuff, which most of the...
And if that's a possibility that you want to keep this as a rental, because obviously it's it's a good place to have that conversation, we're going to look at this purchase for you with totally different eyes of if you're just going to live there forever or you're going to live there for 2 years and then sell it.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had a lot of clients do that with us. So we kind of take a different approach to it to find out what's the ROI going to be if we do turn it into a rental.
Yeah, because your forever neighborhood is probably not the same as your rental.
That's right.
Right. Yeah. Okay, good. Talk a little bit about property taxes here. So I have a 2,100 square foot home in Berkeley County in Cane Bay, and I pay about $1,800 a year. Some of these other places that our clients are coming from, Somebody today said $11,000.
We had one client one time from New Jersey that said, when she asked how much it was going to be, I said, probably about $1,700. And she said, a month. I said, no, a year. She made me show like she did not believe me that
Yeah, you pulled up your tax bill.
No.
Yeah.
I'm in a 3,000 square foot house in Cars, and mine, I think, was 25 or 2600 this year.
That's great.
So I came from in Pittsburgh, it would have been 12,000.
Now, there are a couple of the newer neighborhoods that have a little bit extra taxes, and it's a little bit higher over in Dorchester County than it is here. So talk a little bit.
Summers Corner has a community development fee or whatever it is they're calling it. It's going to be about an extra $900 or $1,000. So, you know, if you have a $2,500 house not in Summers Corner, it's going to be $3,500-ish in Summers Corner. And then there's also one. Actually, there's more than just those two. There's just a lot of them are small. Carnes that I'm in has a small one.
Oh, okay.
Sangree neighborhood has one here. Yeah, it's just much smaller than what's in Nexton and in Summers Corner. Those are the two big ones. The Nexton one is in that $800-900 range also.
But none of them will come close to where most of these people are.
No, if this is your primary residence, you will be hard pressed to find a house that your taxes are more than $3,500 a year anywhere in Summerville, unless we're talking about, $1 million plus.
Now, the other thing that people wonder about when they move here, or what it's really like living here, and that's what we're talking about today, right? Is car taxes. Ooh. So every year we do have car taxes here, but it goes off the value of your car. So if you have a brand new car, obviously that car tax is going to be a little bit higher. And $70 of that car tax actually is for the re-registration of your car. So it's all in one bill, and then they send you the...
I don't think I actually paid attention to that.
I just realized that...
Pay the show and you get the sticker.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think I've seen one person where it was a $100,000 car, so it was like $1,000.
Yeah.
But
I think
most of them are not like...
You had a $35,000-$40,000 car, it's going to be in the $300 to $425 a year range. Now, listen, you always get the good, you always get the bad with us. You also get dinged here on that if you have. So I have a golf cart that is road legal.
That's right,
and so I pay on that. I have a motorcycle player slingshot I pay on that. You pay on boats. In South Carolina, you even pay on the motor. If it's an outboard motor, you pay for the boat and you pay for the motor. Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, I think I had the lowest tax rate. I had a 1994 Geo Tracker. Tax bill was $18. Yeah, I felt like the treasurer should have called me and said, we feel bad for you. Well, we're going to give you money.
We just got a 2010 Volkswagen Bug for Abby.
Oh, yeah.
It was only $12.
Yeah. $12. So you even beat my $18.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I was like, this is fantastic.
Yeah. If you're a collector of cars and have $500,000 cars here, this might hurt a little bit.
Yeah. Well, so another thing, families move here, right? They're wondering about schools.
Mm-hmm.
Greatschools.com is a great site to see. As realtors, we're not really supposed to tell what are the good schools, what are the bad schools. We leave that to you to find out about those type of things and crime. But check out greatschools.com. You'll see that Dorchester 2 is rated pretty high on that. That is one of the counties that Summerville is in. And then Berkeley County, my kids go to Berkeley County. I think they're pretty smart.
So let me ask you this. Do you love your daughter?
I do.
And you send her to Berkeley County schools?
I send her to Berkeley County Public.
Okay with the schools?
I am.
Yeah. My kids go to private school, but I would absolutely send them we're in Berkeley County also. My brother was a guidance counselor in the schools. I would absolutely send my kids to the public schools. But that's on you to decide and do your homework. And that website that Mark gave is a great resource.
Yep. Talk a little bit about higher education. Obviously, some people might be moving here for different colleges and things like that and trades.
Yeah.
And then, some of the major employers around here.
And actually, those two go hand in hand sometimes. There's a lot of employers here that will actually put you through school because they just need people so bad. Last year, there was a company here that needed to hire 120 welders. And so they opened up welding schools. And these welders are making, really good money.
Yeah.
kids right out of high school going to welding school and getting great jobs. There's a lot of great employers here: Volvo, Mercedes, Boeing, Walmart. It's a very stable job area. And there's schools: Charleston, Southern, College of Charleston. There's Trinidad Tech, MUSC nursing program, right? Lots of schools. And this Trinidad Tech, I guess that's considered the community college.
Yeah.
I'm super impressed with what they're doing as far as training kids to go into trades and then starting, there with like an associate's degree and then moving on somewhere else. I think there's a good chance both my girls are going to go to Trinidad Tech to start with.
Yeah. Because
it's super cheap.
Yeah, it saves you thousands of dollars.
Yep.
Like if you do your first 2 years at Trinidad Tech and then go to Charleston Southern, I bet you save over $100,000.
And there's campuses here in Monk's Corner, down off of Rivers Avenue. There's multiple campuses around it. It seems like a really great place to go.
I agree. All right. So we talked a little bit about in the beginning why we like to live here, but lifestyle and amenities and parks and stuff like that. Like, what is there to do here?
So I do this from different eyes now than I did just 5 years ago. So our daughters are, 14, 15 years old now. But when we were here, when they were toddlers, just parks, Gahagan Park is awesome.
Oh, you could let them run for hours in there, sleep for all night long.
Playground, it's fantastic. And there's all kind of ballparks and softball parks and football and fields and all that are all around Gahagan. We really like that. Actually, the little Doty Park in Summerville, that was great. We went there a lot.
Or Azalea Park.
Azalea, another one, lots of cool statues and bridges over a little back to the woods kind of a thing. They got tennis courts and other things over there. But then there's new things now. The Ashley River Park, which we did a video on. You can go kayaking on the Ashley River right from there, and they've got like a pavilion, an amphitheater, a splash park for the kids. They're going to be doing a rock climbing wall and
I don't know that
line kind of a thing over there. So that's really cool. Libraries, close to the ocean, like we talked about, close to all the historical things. If you're looking for the couple-day trip, lots of stuff that we could do. We already mentioned. But I'd like the festivals and the street fairs.
Italian festival, the Greek festival.
I love all that stuff. Yeah. And Summerville is full of it.
Yep. And restaurants, which we already talked
for sure.
about. So for sure there. Now, when you get down to living in our particular neighborhoods, you talked a little bit about, going to the barn and having the festivals there. Where I live in Cane Bay, it's very similar. 4th of July, you have a golf cart parade. There was over 400 golf carts in the golf cart parade before. Cane Bay has one of the biggest fireworks shows. So 4th of July firework. I think there was over $22,000 in fireworks that ran alone last year. There's a fire station right within Cane Bay. You've got the Cane Bay YMCA for all your after-school sports. Of course, the schools have, high school football right there at Cane Bay High. And it's just with 23 different subsections, you get a very big mix of different people with different cultures, and everybody still comes together.
Football night's a big night, is in Cane Bay.
Huge.
You know what I was surprised about here is that professional sports aren't a big thing here.
No,
it's not a big thing.
I
don't really have a big team here though either.
No, but I mean, there's a number of Steelers flags running around my neighborhood. But coming from Pittsburgh, I'm like, okay, it's all about not really the Pirates, but the Penguins and the Steelers. Here, it is college ball.
You got to pick Clemson or University of South Carolina.
Like, declare your allegiance as soon as you move here. I think they put a little stick on the license plate or something.
There's a checkbox for
you got to pick one?
Yeah, you have to pick one.
Yeah, so that was a little different for me. High school football was big in Pittsburgh, and I think maybe even bigger there than here. But
probably, yeah.
Still a pretty big deal here. But I've had a lot of fun lately. One of my best friends is dating a girl, his daughter, that plays softball. And so we went out to a softball game last week. I had a blast. It was over at Gahagan Park, actually. Just a lot of fun. A lot of kids' sports, the football and the softball. And my girl's school even has an archery team.
Oh, that's cool.
How fun is that? It's dangerous.
My daughter's on the golf team, and you and I did a football game one day and ran the concession stand.
We smelled like a French fry for like a week.
And there was
You got to stay inside and do the fun stuff and talk to everybody. You stuck me in the flyers for like 4 straight
I was like
hours
cashier guy.
because you didn't think I could do the math. You don't like you lose too much money if you.
Well, let's not talk.
All right.
I'd love you.
I appreciate it.
So that's a little bit about what it's like to live here in Summerville, South Carolina. If something like this interests you, we would love to talk more about it. We could sit here and talk for hours.
Really good.
About why we live here. But down in the description, you can click that link. You can book a Zoom call with us, and we can go over all of this stuff even more, figure out which neighborhood would be the best for you, whether it's here in Somerville or in Monk's Corner or Lasson.
What about that new park in Goose Creek?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's so much more than just the stuff we've talked about. We've just barely touched it. This is a great area. I've been so happy that we moved here. About 14 years ago now.
Yeah.
It's been a great decision. I really love the area.
So give us a call, click that little link so that we can talk with you more about what's best for you. And then, of course, you got to just come visit us so we can tour you around.
Come say hi.
Yeah. Until next time.
See y'all.